Today I want to talk about dating and marriage and why you should not always get married to someone and why you shouldn't be dating. And guys, when I say shouldn't, I'm not saying forever. I'm just saying before you do make a decision, you got to understand a few things. And I'm going to list a few things here. And this is the reason why so many people are miserable. So many people are depressed, anxious, why they don't succeed in life. They don't succeed in ministry, why they don't have a happy family, why they are like, you know what, I can't understand this. I love the Lord and yet I'm so miserable. It's because if you pick the wrong partner, your partner will prevent you from living a joyful, happy, peaceful life. And sadly, because two people read the scriptures and they say, right, we cannot get divorced and they cannot work out their marriage, they'll be miserable. So the thing I want to tell you is, don't go for someone just because they're beautiful. Now, I'm not saying don't go for someone who's beautiful, but do not go for someone just because they're beautiful, because you know nothing about that person. You see, after the sex, there's got to be more to your relationship, correct? So now, just because someone is beautiful, it doesn't mean they're going to make you happy. Because remember, they're getting a lot of attention. A lot of people want to be with them. So you got to be mindful of that. You got to be mindful of the fact that you got to have stuff to talk about afterwards. So what are you going to talk about intellectually? What are you going to do spiritually? You know, do you get along with this person? These are things to consider. The other thing, and this is where, yes, women get trapped in this, because women tend to go for security. So they always associate money as security. Yes, money is a form of security, but don't think because a man has money that he's going to know how to treat you, that he's going to know how to love you, that he's going to be the right person for you when you have kids or when you have difficulties. Sometimes a man with money can use the money against you, can use the money to power you, to dominate you, to abuse you. You can be married to a narcissist, so that's both with the looks and with the money. A lot of times you end up dating or marrying a narcissist who's rich or good looking, so be careful. The other thing I always talk about is, just because somebody is a Christian, it doesn't mean that they necessarily are a true Christian. You can be so desperate that you end up dating anyone, a woman or a man, saying no, but they're a Christian, and they're lukewarm. They don't know the Lord. They don't know how to love you. They don't know the scriptures. So what you've got is someone in church that's got a form of godliness, but they're actually dead. They're dead inside. They've got no power of God. They've got no love of God. So they're just church attendees. And here's what happens. You're on fire for the Lord, but you are slightly ignorant and you lack knowledge. So you end up marrying someone who's been in church for many years, but they're actually casual and lukewarm. So you think you're going to bring them up, they're going to end up keeping you lukewarm, or they're going to end up bringing you down. So be very careful, because not all Christians are equally yoked. So find yourself someone who's got the fruit of the Spirit and test each spirit. The danger here also amongst believers is also, there are a lot of people that are dating or about to get engaged or married, and yet they're undelivered. So what does this mean? This means that your father-in-law is going to be Satan, because they are still worldly, they are still undelivered, they still got soul ties to other people that they've been with. So they still got demons tormenting him. And this is why so many people struggle with pornography, so many people struggle with alcohol, so many people struggle with drug addiction, lust, pride. All these things are issues that it takes this person a long journey, and it's a deliverance issue. So, you know, make sure the partner you're going to entertain has been delivered. There's a journey of healing. There's a journey of deliverance. The other thing here is, not being healed. This is a very serious thing. Sometimes someone is not necessarily under demonic influence, but there's certain trauma that they have faced with from an abusive or narcissistic relationship, or unresolved issues with mom or dad, brother, sister, with an ex-husband and ex-wife, and they're not delivered completely, and their intentions is they want to be loved, but you don't necessarily know how to deal with them. So what happens is all their baggage and all your baggage comes together, and in the beginning, sex is good, honeymoon is good, but then the problems come out and you realize, oh snap, I don't know how to deal with this. So the thing is, two people who are wanting to engage in a relationship, be careful, because this one comes out later. The other thing is anointing. This is something that I've seen in my own personal life where, and really guys, I'm not blowing smoke, I'm really not, but I've noticed this in my life. A woman would think she's attracted to me, but what she's seeing is the anointing. And the thing is, the anointing is from the Lord. So yes, someone can look at someone and say, wow, they're so super spiritual, or they're so anointed, and you fall in love with the anointing, but you don't see that the person is got character flaws, and they still got issues, and they still got things that they're working on. Yes, guys, this has happened to me where, you know, many times a woman would think they want to be with me, and then what they were attracted to was the anointing, and that's from God. But what they didn't realize is, here's me, the real me. I've still got issues, I've still got flaws, I've still got things that I'm working on. So you see, what they thought they loved, yes, they loved that part about me, but the other things they didn't. So in the Christian faith, be very careful of someone just because they're anointed and you think that's what you love about them. You got to realize that there's still certain things that they are working out, like we all are a work in progress. So the thing is, you fall in love with what you think is perfect of that person, and then what you realize is actually the person still has some bad habits, some weaknesses, some pride, a little bit of jealousy, a little bit of an anger issue, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and before you know it, you realize actually everything you thought of this person was not reality, and now you stuck with the person, you're stuck with that character, and then you start to actually go after their anointing and you start to criticize them. Guys, this has happened, and this happens so many times, and this is why so many pastors fall. This is why so many Christians are unhappy. This is why so many people are single for so long before they engage into a relationship into the future. So this is everything I know on why relationships and marriages will not work out in the future. So these are things to look at beforehand. So I encourage people with this: before you get married, take your time getting to know the person. Go for counseling before you marry the person. And then when you marry to the person, make sure that you still do counseling. It's healthy. So God bless you guys. I hope that this has encouraged you and blessed you. Remember, guys, to subscribe to my YouTube channel. The link is in my bio on my TikTok channel. And it's my full name and surname where you guys can find my YouTube channel. So thank you guys, and God bless you. Ciao.